Hey everyone, it's Alex Carter. You know, in my business, you see a lot of things come and go. People bring in items they think are junk, and sometimes, they're right. But every now and then, something truly special walks through the door, a piece of history hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare American quarters. These aren't just the coins you get back from a vending machine, these are artifacts, little metal time capsules that tell the story of our country. And you never know, one might just be sitting in your old piggy bank. We're going to take a journey through time. From the very beginning to the present day, we'll uncover the complete history of these coins. I'm talking about the first quarter ever minted, back when George Washington was still a recent memory, all the way to coins struck during the Great Depression. I've been dealing with coins for decades, and trust me, the stories behind them are just as valuable as the metal they're stamped on. We'll look at why they were made, who designed them, and what makes them so sought after by collectors around the world. The best part? You could be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it. The difference between a quarter worth 25 cents and one worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, can be tiny. A specific year, a mint mark the size of a pinhead, a small design variation, even the smallest details could mean a fortune for you. So, pay close attention. What you learn today could turn your spare change into a serious payday. Let's get started. Alright, let's start at the very beginning. The year is 1796. The United States is a brand new country, still figuring things out. They needed currency, and so, the US Mint produced the very first quarter dollar. This wasn't some mass-produced coin you'd find everywhere. They only made 6,146 of them. Let that sink in. In a country of millions, only a few thousand of these coins ever existed. That makes the 1796 draped bust quarter one of the rarest, most significant coins in all of American history. It's the kind of thing that makes a numismatist's heart skip a beat. The design itself is a work of art from a bygone era. On the front, you have the draped bust portrait of Lady Liberty, with this beautiful flowing hair. It was designed by a guy named Robert Scott, the first chief engraver of the US Mint. It's a classic, iconic look that screams late 18th century. When you hold one, you're holding something that was touched by the founding generation. It's a direct link to the birth of the nation, and you just don't get more historic than that. It's a piece that every serious collector dreams of owning, a true centerpiece for any collection. Flip it over, and you see something interesting. The reverse features a small eagle perched on a cloud, surrounded by a wreath. This design was only used for a couple of years, before they switched to the larger, heraldic eagle. This short-lived design adds another layer of rarity and desirability. People back then weren't collecting coins, they were using them. These quarters were for buying goods, paying for services, and conducting everyday business in a young America. Imagine one of these being used to buy a loaf of bread or a drink at a tavern. Because they were used so heavily, finding one in good condition is next to impossible. Most were worn down, damaged, or melted down over the years. That's why, when a 1796 draped bust quarter comes up for auction, the bidding gets intense. Even a heavily worn example can fetch over $10,000. A high-grade, uncirculated one, you're talking hundreds of thousands, maybe even more. It's the holy grail for quarter collectors. It's a coin that tells a story of scarcity, history, and survival. So why do collectors prize them so much? It's simple rarity and history. Owning a 1796 quarter is like owning a first-edition copy of a great American novel, signed by the author. It's the genesis of the quarter dollar. Every other quarter that came after it owes its existence to this one. It's a tangible piece of the American experiment, and in the world of collecting, that kind of provenance is priceless. You're not just buying a coin, you're buying the story. And that's a story worth a lot of money. Let's jump forward about 120 years to 1916. America is on the brink of entering World War I, and there's a patriotic fervor sweeping the nation. The US Mint decided it was time for a change, to replace the old barber quarter with something more modern and artistic. What they came up with was the Standing Liberty Quarter, and boy, did it make a splash. The design, by sculptor Herman Atkins McNeil, was beautiful, but the initial mintage was incredibly small. Only 52,000 coins were struck. That's a tiny number, making it an instant key date for collectors. The design featured a full-length figure of Lady Liberty, holding a shield and an olive branch, striding forward through a gateway. It's a powerful and symbolic image. But there was one little detail that caused a massive uproar. On the 1916 and early 1917 versions, Liberty's right breast was exposed. In the conservative society of the time, this was seen as scandalous, even immoral. Public outcry was so loud that the Mint was forced to go back to the drawing board. It's a classic case of art clashing with public opinion. By mid-1917, the design was changed. They added a coat of chainmail to cover Liberty's chest, creating the Type II design. This controversy, and the subsequent redesign, makes the original Type I 1916 version even more famous and sought after. It's a coin born from artistic vision and public scandal, a story that adds incredible intrigue and value. Finding one of these originals is the dream. It's like finding a rare first press album with a cover that was later banned. It's history you can hold in your hand. Now here's the real challenge for collectors. The date on these early standing Liberty quarters was placed on a raised pedestal, which meant it wore off very quickly in circulation. Finding a 1916 quarter is hard enough, but finding one where the date is still visible, that's extremely rare. A dateless standing Liberty quarter is common, but one with a clear 1916 is the prize. The condition is everything with this coin. The difference between a worn, dateless coin and one with a sharp date and details is tens of thousands of dollars. When a high-grade 1916 standing Liberty quarter hits the auction block, you better believe the big players come out. These coins have set records, selling for well over $20,000, and top-tier examples can go for much, much more. It's a coin that has it all: a beautiful but controversial design, a ridiculously low mintage, and a built-in flaw that makes well-preserved examples incredibly scarce. It's a perfect storm for a valuable collectible, and a true icon of American coinage. Now we move to 1932. The country is in the grips of the Great Depression, money is tight, and spirits are low. To commemorate the 200th birthday of the first president, the US government decided to introduce a new quarter featuring George Washington. This was meant to be a one-year commemorative coin, but it was so popular that it became the standard design we still see today. While the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints produced millions, the Denver Mint was a different story. The Denver Mint, marked with a little D on the reverse, had a tiny production run for the 1932 quarter. They only struck 436,800 of them. In the world of modern coinage, that's an incredibly low number. Think about it. Less than 500,000 coins for the entire country from that mint. In the depths of a depression, people weren't saving coins, they were spending them. These quarters went straight into circulation, getting passed from hand to hand, wearing down over time. No one was thinking about collecting them. This is what makes the 1932 D Washington quarter a legendary key date. It's the coin that every Washington quarter collector needs to complete their set, and it's by far the hardest one to find. It's the gatekeeper of the series. The Philadelphia version from that year is common, worth a few bucks. The San Francisco one is a bit scarcer, but the Denver issue, that's the one that separates the casual collector from the serious investor. That little D mint mark changes everything. The stories of people finding these in their pocket change are the stuff of legend. For decades, it was possible to get a 1932 D as change from a newspaper or a candy bar. Can you imagine pulling a coin worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars out of your pocket? It still happens, though it's much rarer now. People find them in old family coin jars, forgotten boxes in the attic, or when sorting through inheritances. It's the ultimate treasure hunt, a modern rarity that could be hiding anywhere. Even in heavily worn condition, a 1932 D is worth a few $100s. If you find one in nice, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a five-figure coin. It's a testament to how supply and demand works. With millions of people collecting Washington quarters, and only a few 100,000 of these Denver coins to go around, the price just keeps climbing. It's the perfect example of how a coin from your own lifetime, or your parents' lifetime, can become an incredible rarity and a fantastic investment. So, there you have it, 3 quarters, 3 different eras, 3 incredible stories, from the birth of our nation with the 1796 Drape bust, to the artistic scandal of the 1916 Standing Liberty, to the Depression-era rarity of the 1932 D Washington. These 3 quarters aren't just coins, they're pieces of American history that could change your life. They prove that value isn't always obvious. It can be hidden in a date, a tiny letter, or a forgotten design detail. It's about knowing what you're looking for. Now it's your turn. The next time you get some change, don't just throw it in a jar. Take a second look. Go through that old coffee can full of coins your grandpa left you. Check your change, and who knows? You might be holding a fortune. The thrill of the hunt is what makes collecting so exciting. You never know when you'll stumble upon one of these legendary rarities. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, but the possibility is always there. All it takes is a little knowledge and a lucky find. I really appreciate you spending this time with me today. I hope you learned something, and, more importantly, I hope you're inspired to start looking. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. We've barely scratched the surface of what's out there. I've got a lot more stories to tell and a lot more treasures to share. We'll see you in the next video.